In 2020, it was as if the whole world was under a siege. We all had to deal with a common enemy, the COVID-19 disease caused by the coronavirus. Coronavirus came from a place and spread to the entire part of the world. And today, we are still dealing with this situation. Why it would be unfair to blame anybody or to pin down anybody, to point a finger on anyone for this pandemic. It is very important to highlight certain behaviors in 2020 that aggravated the problem in a place like the United States of America, so that in 2021 we don't make the same mistakes, so that in 2021 we can find a way forward. Welcome everybody to this wonderful channel, Dakasov Health Solution. We're very glad to see you here. Today we just want to talk about different behaviors, different people who played down the pandemic, who played down the coronavirus infection, and what happened. It is as if people toiled with the tail of the virus and it turned around to beat them in the finger. This was the situation in 2020. We do not want that to happen in 2021. Here is a list of people who played down the coronavirus infection, who played it down as if it never exists, or as if it's something that just came and is going to go away, as if it's something we should never give attention to. First person is our current president, President Trump, our very own leader, playing down the pandemic, thinking that, oh, it's just something that came around, it's gonna go away when the weather changes, maybe sometimes in April. Well, we are here today in 2021, we are still dealing with it. In fact, at the end of December last year, a lot of families lost their loved ones. People who never thought things like that could take their life. It happened. People, whether they have underlying condition or they don't have underlying condition, it just happened and took many lives. People are out there crying out for help. Nurses were getting overburdened. The hospitals were being overwhelmed. And the truth about downplaying something is, once you have a thought, once there is a thought process about this thing is not real, this thing doesn't exist, once that thought exists and you try to project that thought, and you try, especially if you're somebody who is a very important personality, or if you're somebody who is a leader somewhere in a group or wherever you are, and you try to project that thought, many people will go with whatever you say, and as a result of that, they will not do the right thing. I wish we were able to do something different. President Trump was affected and was taken to Walter Reed Medical Center, where he had the best of the best of the best physicians and care treaters. This behavior should not be emulated. He had the power, he had everything at the tip of his finger. You and I don't have that. And that is why we are pointing out this behavior. There's a need for a behavioral change. There's a need for behavioral modification. In 2021, we cannot be doing things the same way and expect a different result. It's not gonna happen. That's why you and I have to look away from people who are downplaying this virus and do the right thing to make sure we keep ourselves and our family members safe. The second person I would like to talk about is, oh, tell me about it. He was also one of those who downplayed this virus. But the news has it that it tested positive for the virus. And here's a third person, and this one really breaks my heart. Is a current congressman-elect for Louisiana, and people speak high of him. But the problem is, if you take a good look at this picture, this was a picture from one of his followers, maybe on Twitter. Oh, the enlightened things he does. He's not someone who likes to wear a mask. He has had many meetings where he was not putting on mask, and he has had situations where he was part of those who played it down. It was sad to hear that he passed away. It's heartbreaking because look at this beautiful picture. Two wonderful, beautiful kids, a wonderful and a beautiful family. Today that it is gone, who is going to be there for his family? It's best to take the right decision now so that our family, so that we don't regret it on our behalf tomorrow. I feel sad whenever I see this picture online. It's really heartbreaking. The last person I would like to discuss. Sometimes when we take certain decisions or play certain things down, we don't know what we are doing, don't understand the fact that it may have great consequence. Why many people may be able to scale through, some people may not just be able to scale through the problem when it comes to COVID-19. It's a terrible and a deadly problem. But once you are emulating certain behavior, you don't know when that is gonna end. Because Mr. Ken, a one-time Republican presidential candidate, was a very good follower of our President Trump. And he has gone to a number of his campaigns. The news has it that he got this virus and probably was the one that killed him. Whether this is true or not is not the case. What I would like you to focus on right now is a need for behavioral modification. If you have been the type that don't care, take things like this into consideration. Take public health recommendations into consideration. Then 2021 is a time for you to change. The time for us all to modify our behavior, to do things that will keep ourselves and our family member safe. It's not enough for you to wash your hands and don't wear a mask. It's not enough for you to wear a mask and don't wash your hand. It's not enough for you to wash your hand, wear your mask, and don't keep your distance. These three things go together. You can't say because you're wearing your mask, then you're going to mingle and in millions of people. I don't see how that is going to help. Let us keep ourselves, our family members safe.